All right, let's start. Namaste. Welcome to Mindful Yoga Together. So this September and today's theme is a presence. The presence is a be here and right now. So one of the yoga philosophy, it's called Aparigraha. Aparigraha means that the teaching that we are not grasping or are not attaching to that particular things, can be the past or can be the result of our effort or our intention in the future. So so this teaching is to kind of learn how to let go of the attachment or grasping. So that idea is not possessing. So sometimes we expect so much to be something happen in the future, so that we put our effort. So it's like expecting the fruits of our practice or our effort. We never know what happens in the future. So what we know is we are here and this present moment. So good example was my son. My son was talking about, so my son's, it's a middle schooler right now. It's a cross-country season. So he's pretty good at the cross-country and he loves it. But so last week he said, it's too much stress. And I feel too much tension. So before going to the race. And he said, and because, he want to win, or I expect him to do well. So that's what I realized. So I have too much stress. So I said, what is the purpose of doing this, all these, cross country or race or running? So he said that he loves running. So just he want to enjoy running. Then I said, why don't you do so? Just enjoy and just complete running. It doesn't need to be winning or doesn't need to go certain places and doesn't need to beat somebody else. Just enjoy running and just enjoy being what you do. Then actually he really enjoyed, or he actually, after the race, he said that I think I feel good because I didn't have too much expectation and I didn't stress myself. So just I ran. So that was a kind of a good lesson that, it's a running or a long running. I mean, a long distance running. It's a lot of a mental battle that we need to get. We need to really, inside of us, there's a fight going on that we want to expect and want to do that much, but it's actually, we don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, so that was a great, just an example of non-attachment is. So today, let's not expect the result of our practice, and we just enjoy the moment of our practice. So let's come on to the seat. Close our eyes. And then notice how our body is sitting here. And noticing the air touching to our skin. So air of this moment, whatever the temperature is. Maybe you have an open window to have the air circulating and the breeze touch to the skin. Whatever the sensation that help you to be this moment. Even small things helps. Those breeze on the skin, or feel the touch of the body touching to the ground or surface you set. And maybe the breath coming in through the nose and going out through the nose. And maybe the sound you hear at the present moment. So whatever is there at the moment, we don't judge if you like or not liking. Just we observe to be here and now. And we gradually establishing our breath pattern for today's practice. Lips are gently closed. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Maybe use Ujjayi breath. And stay here for a few more rounds. On next inhalation, we reach our hands out and up. On an exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. And you might bow your head to set your intention or dedication for today's practice. And then slowly open our eyes. Okay, so let's come to child pose. So child pose is we big toe touch together, open our knees wide, and sitting down towards your heel. So if your knee is bothering, and actually you can sit on a cushion, place something under your buttock between the legs, or you can insert the towel behind your knees. You can do modification or adjusting according to your needs. Then if you can spread your hands forward and reach our hands, palm touching to the ground. And notice wherever your body is on the ground, we notice. And feel the length of the lower back. And as you reach your hands forward, find the openness to the armpit or the side of the body. Now we're going to gradually walking our hands onto your right side. Maybe left hand goes to the top of your right if that's comfortable. So you can go quite far or you can just be a little bit halfway. Or you might gradually walking more to the right side. Then put your left hip back and down, find the length to the left side. Then we're going to walk our hands back to the forward and to the left side this time. So you can go to a little bit or you can go quite far. Then put your right hip back and down. Then back to center. Then let's rise up. Then tuck our toes under. We're going to lift ourselves to downward facing dog. I might have suggested earlier, but if you have a difficult time, Pressing your palms down to the yoga mat. You can use the block. Place the block under your palm. I do that when my wrist doesn't feel good. And also you can grab the block, the shorter side like that too. And make sure your block is not slipping on the yoga mat. Okay, then slowly release our knee to the mat. Then let's come onto the belly. So bend your elbows and gradually lower yourself to the mat. Okay, now sun is out. So I might close the curtain very soon. But bring your left elbow forward. Then kind of look to your right side. So your left elbow forward and your left finger pointing to the right side. Then bend your right knee. Then right hand maybe catch to the right toe or maybe not. Or just bending your knees. And opening the front of the right thigh. One more breath. And exhale, release. Then the other side, the right hand, right arm, forearm come to parallel to the front of the yoga mat. Then lift yourself up a little bit. Then bend your left knee and catch your left toe, ankle. If not, just bending your knees and a few times. And find the openness to the front of your left thigh or hip flexor. Okay, release. And head down. And hands lead to the side. All right. So now we're going to lift our legs and chest at the same time like the bird flying. Exhale, fully relax. And inhale, lift up. Reach your hands to the side like a bird wings. And lift your legs up, maybe pointing your toes. And find the strength to the glute. Engage in the glute, the muscle at the buttock. And keep our back of the neck long. One more breath. Exhale, let it go. Drop. And bend your knees. Move your feet side to side. Move your feet side to side and relax our lower back. Okay. Then slowly bring your palms down under the shoulder. Then we're gonna rise up to child pose. Pull your hips back, sitting down towards your heel. And be present. And then from here, we're gonna lift to tabletop. Palms under the shoulder, knees under the hip. If you like to have any support, please do. Inhale, right hand to the sky and reaching our hands and open our chest or inner arm and the chest. Then on our exhalation, bring your right hand under, reach to the left side, ear, shoulder to the mat. Right ear, shoulder to the mat as if we are listening to the earth. And side of your head nicely rested on the mat. And left hand goes forward, touch to the ground, switch to the lower back. Then make a fist with your right hand. And on our exhalation, let go the tension, relax. Few more times, make a fist squeeze. Then exhale, let it go. And we let go the tension and relax, exhale. Relax our whole body. You might stay here or you might stretch your left leg, left toe touch to the ground. Now opening our shoulder. One more breath. And exhale. If you are lifting the knee, left knee down, left hand come closer to lift yourself up, but slowly take your time and hands reach up. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. Okay, switch to the other side. The left hand to the sky and open. Then exhale, hands goes under to the right side. Then ear, shoulder to the mat. Then find the openness to the lower back and twist. Then right hand reach forward. Then make a fist with your left hand, fingers curl. And on our exhalation, let go the tension. Not only your fingers, but your whole body. And relax our jaw and face. Exhale, let it go. One more time, make a fist. Exhale, let it go. You might stay here, or you might stretch your right leg like to down to the mat. Or you might like to lift it. Okay. Then gradually bring your knee down to the mat. Right palm down. Lift yourself and reverse. And left hand to the sky. Exhale. Come back to the tabletop. Okay. So now let's come to downward facing dog. Lift your hips. And maybe bending your knees right and left. So check your feet. The feet is parallel to each other. And the heels behind your toes and the hands are shoulder width apart. Open our fingers wide. And then we're going to gradually bending your knees. And your hands are going back towards your leg. So take your time. You can do finger pad. Then grab our elbows and let's swing side to side. And head relax. And just hang here. Feet, it's grounding. So we can relax our upper body. And find the length of the spine. One more breath. And with our inhalation, slowly lower ourselves up to standing. Take your time. All right. So let's do breath of joy. If you remember breath of joy, it goes, okay, so when we open our mouth and exhale, we let go the tension. It's interesting that the breath of joy, finding the joy. So we are letting go. Then we can find the joy. So your feet is a parallel, hip distance apart, and make sure you are grounding yourself and soften your knees. With your inhalation, hands goes forward. Then exhale. If your shoulder is okay, hands to the side, but otherwise just the hands goes front and back, front and back. Otherwise, you can do front and side, all right? So inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, go on. When you bend forward, soften your knees. Find your own rhythm. Few more times. Last one. And come back to center. And bring our feet a little bit wider. We swing our hands up around our waistline. And you might soften your knees, and we kind of shifting our weight right side and left side. And we tap our hands at your lower back around the kidney area. Kidney area is somewhere here at the waistline, the narrowest part of our waistline. And relax our shoulder. And if you like, you might do the Kapalabharati, forceful exhalation through the nose. Exhale, exhale to twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Excellent. And spread our hands wide. And open. On our exhalation, lounge your back and drop your head and curl your hands. Inhale, open. Spreading wide, open our fingers wide. You can open your toes wide as well. On our exhalation, so what I'm doing is rounding our back, really curl, and like hugging yourself or something like that. And one more time, open, and exhale, round, and curl it around. All right. Then come back to center. And let's stand in front of your yoga mat. Feet is together. You know, there's a lot of crowd and the sun or not sunny. So now this is a little bit better, brighter. And palms together to heart center. So this is a equal pose. So equal means we ground ourselves, feet is down to the mat. Then top of your head is reaching up to the sky and kind of gathering the energy to the midline. But same time, we open ourselves, our chest is open wide. And stand nice and tall. Let's do sun salutation, prayer to the sun. Take a big inhale, hands reach out and up, and palms together at the top, look up. Exhale, we bend forward, soften your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, you can use your block or without. Then exhale, soften your knees, bend forward again. Inhale, halfway lift. Then on our exhalation, we come down, plant your palm and step back. Okay, let's bring our knee down to the mat or knee lifted, inhale. Then exhale, we bend our elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Point your toes and open ourselves forward. And exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Or you can stay in a tabletop, your choice. Or maybe child pose. So if you are in downward facing dog, we are opening the back of our body. If you can bring your heels down, you might feel the effect of the pose more. But if this is too much to your list, you are welcome to come to tabletop knee down. One more breath. All right. Then inhale, light leg up. Exhale, step forward between our hands. Then bring your left knee to the mat. Left knee come to the ground. And your right knee. Then your hands are on top of your right thigh close to the knee. And we are kind of helping your right kneecap to face to the toe. Then we kind of sink in, and if you can move the pelvis forward to opening the left hip joint. Okay, one more breath. The next exhalation, we pull our hips back. So either you can use the block. I have a block handy, so, but if it's not quite far, you need to be careful how you're gonna bring the blocks. All right, lift our right toe upward. Then our hands are behind. Then pull our hips back and stretch your right leg. If you lift your toes up, we are stretching the back of the leg. One more breath. And then plant your right foot down to the mat. Then we're going to come up one more time to Anjaneyasana. So your knee can be, your hands can be at the knee, or you can lift your hands up. And if you like, you might lift your left knee up to come to crescent lunge. Or decide where you want to be. One more breath. And then exhale, release our hands on the block or to the side, and we straighten our legs and bend forward. So you are lifting your left knee up, maybe both legs straight, and pull your hips back. And if you can lift, so my toe is up, and head down. One more breath. All right. And then exhale, plant your right foot down, and your hands come to the ground. Step back. You might stay in the downward facing dog, or you might do the plank, chaturanga, then upward facing dog, and come to downward facing dog. Okay. Make sure your palm is a shoulder width apart. So you are checking on that. So if it's too wide, it's too much to the elbows and shoulder. Okay, then we're gonna do the left side, other side. Left leg up and step forward between our hands and lightly come to the ground and come up to kind of catch your left knee. So checking on the left knee, left toe, go same direction. Then move our pelvis forward to find the openness to the hip joint. All right, one more breath. Okay, then exhale. So now we're gonna pull our hips back. So you can use the block side by side. Then stretch your left leg if that's available to you, and lift your left toe upward. And head relax and bending forward. One more breath. Okay, and then plant our foot down. One more time, we're gonna come to Anjaneyasana. So the option is you can keep your hands at your knees, or you can reach your hands up, or if you like to come up, lift your right knee up and crescent lunge. So either one. One more breath, inhale. All right, exhale, bring your hands down on a block. Then this time we lift our right knee, and if you can stretch your both legs, do so, and bending forward. The block has actually 3 different heights you can choose from. One more breath. All right, exhale, bend your knee and plant your hands down to the mat. We step back. You can be in downward facing dog, or a child pose, or a plank pose. If you choose to the plank pose, go through vinyasa, bend your elbows to chaturanga, then upward facing dog and downward facing dog. So wherever you are, let's connect with the breath. Let's together inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. And if you are child pose, lift your hips up, then walk our feet forward. Inhale, half a lift. And then exhale, bend forward. Inhale, rising up. Hands reach out and up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. Then inhale, hands reach up and catch the left wrist with your right hand. So I'm just facing this way so you can see what I'm doing. So feet is down, grounding and lengthening our spine, and reach our hands upward. Then on our exhalation, hands goes to the right and lengthening. So I want you to feel if you can ground your feet and find a stretch from the front of the pelvis. So if you lift your arm, can you find the stretch to the front of the left pelvis. And then inhale, come to center. Then exhale, bend your knee, elbow, and swing your hands side to side. Just relaxing our hands. Okay. Other side. Inhale, hands reach up and catch the light wrist with your left hand. Then grounding, then reach our hands upward. Then exhale, hands goes to the side. So bring your feet together. Bring your feet together. Yeah. Then squeeze our legs together so that we can engage our core and find the openness to the right side of the pelvis or hip joint. One more breath. Then inhale, rising, bend your knee, elbows, and swing our hands up and down. Okay. So now we're gonna stand, feet together, palms together to heart center. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, half and left. Then on our exhalation, we're gonna step our right leg back, right leg back. Right leg back, then bend your left knee, then looking forward. Then now walk our hands on your right side and we're gonna face to the right side of the longer side of the mat. All right. Then we bend forward. So you're welcome to have the block or something to lift your hands a little bit higher and bending forward. Like a downward facing dog, your toes are slightly in or feet is parallel. And then reach our hands forward, head down. And feel the outer edge of the feet is grounding. One more breath. Okay, and then inhale, look forward. So now we're gonna face to the back of the yoga mat. So, which means we are facing to your right foot. And bend your right knee, lower the hip. So opening the hip. If this is too much, you can bring your left knee down to the mat. Okay. Then we're gonna go back to the longer side of the mat again. Face to the longer side of the mat. And this time pointing your toes out and we're gonna rise to standing. So Cindy, if you want to face to this way, it's good to do that. Just look to the screen. And your toes and knees pointing to the same direction and we sink down. And feel the openness to the hip joint, inner leg. But be careful about your knees. So don't hurt yourself. All right. So as long as you are comfortable or you have no pain, come lower. Then we're gonna shift our weight to right side and left side. I am lifting my toes, then coming to the right and left, if that's okay move for you. And then find the center. Then we rotate our right shoulder and look to the left side and twist. Then inhale, come to center, stretch your leg. Then on our exhalation, we come lower, straight down. Then now left shoulder in, so we are rotating our shoulder. Then same time, we are twisting the lower back. Then opening our hip. Inhale, come to center. Let's do one more each time. Then come up first. Then we come again lower. So when you come like this, we are really training our muscle, the thigh muscle. And exhale, twist to the right, to look to the left side. Then inhale, rising up. Then exhale, lower. Then twist, look to the right. And coming back to center. Excellent. So now gradually moving our feet in, heels in, toes in, heels in, and we come back to center. Okay. So since you might have a block, let's use the block. Block come to the between the thighs. So in this pose, I might suggest you to come to the wall, or if you are okay without a wall, you don't need a wall. But basically, we're gonna be in a squat pose with the block. So block helps to kind of a sense of engaging the adductor. And make sure, look to your legs. When you bend your knees, knee and toe goes same direction. So your feet is not wider than your knees. Make sense? Then just pull your hips back and keep your knees there and sitting down like that. If you are doing a wall, so your buttock or lower back is touching to the wall, and we are coming sinking down, lower. All right. Then, if you are on a wall, tuck your navel towards the spine and press the lower back against the wall. So wherever you are comfortable, just come down, lower. So if you are in the room and on a yoga mat, and really pay attention, you are squeezing the block, tucking your navel towards the spine, and engaging our glute. Then maybe reach our hands forward. And let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands reach to the side. And then exhale, slowly rising up. Okay, carefully coming out. All right, so let's shake our legs and relax. Okay, so one more thing let's do. So, welcome to use the wall for the balance. Then you're welcome to be on the yoga mat. So we have a block. We're gonna use a lengthwise to step on. So place the block in front of you, and we stand behind the block. Then your right foot goes on. So let's see. Right foot goes on to the block. Okay. So if you need to use the wall, your hands on the wall. So press the right foot against to the block. Then find the center line, like a vertical center line from the foot to the top of your head. You can bring your hands to the heart center, press the foot, and lift your left heel off the ground. And we're gonna gradually pick up your toes off the ground, and left knee goes upward. And then exhale, slowly bending your right knee, and we bring our toes down to the mat. Then step off the ground. Okay, so let's do the other side. So we shift. So when you press your foot on the block, check your knees over the ankle. So if your right foot is next to the block, it's too much to the knee. So your body is behind the block. Okay, so let's do the left side. Press your left foot down to the block, then gradually lift yourself up like a vertically, keeping the center line or vertical line, and pick up your right heel and right toe up and knees towards the chest. Then we're gonna reverse. We're gonna go back, toes down, then heels down, and left foot off the block. Shall we do one more each time? Then right foot come onto the block. So it's very important to have the sense of planting our foot. Then we lift like a vertically. So it's not shifting away the right or left. So we are lifting upward, okay? So planting our foot, your knees above the ankle, then press up and heel go off, left heel off the ground. Then left toe off the ground, pick up your left knee upward as much as you can bring. Then left foot come down behind the block again. Then gradually heel down and let go the right foot. Then switch. So we are kind of training a hip flexor and also sense of balancing. So it's the same way that we go on the stairs. So your knees over the ankle, right? Then press the left foot, then go upward. So top of your head goes up. Then pick up your right knee up towards the chest. Then right foot goes back behind you and heels down and let go. Excellent. So next one is a tree pose. You are welcome to do just a flat surface with the wall or without the wall, or you are welcome to do with the block. So I think a block is kind of interesting, right? So press the right foot down on a block if you're doing that. Then pick up your left knee up and open to the side, and left foot come inside of the thigh or ankle. Also, you can do with the toes next to the ankle. If too much for the block, you can just do the surface, the floor. And if you like to spread your hands out, do so. It's important to step on the mid center of the block. Okay, and then slowly we're gonna release and coming down. And other side. So left foot come to the ground, to the block. So same way until the halfway. Then when we switch to the tree, it's a little bit different. But make sure your foot is in the center of the block so you don't lose the balance. Okay, pick up the right knee up and open to the side, and right foot maybe inside of the thigh or ankles. Maybe palms together or hands reach out. And smooth breath, inhale. Excellent. Exhale, slowly release. All right, great work. Let's come out from this pose and let's sit down to the mat. All right, so legs forward. So shaking the legs, toes in, toes out, and tap. Then bring your hands behind you, palm is down and fingers towards your buttock. So under the shoulder. So there is 3 different ways to practice this. So point your elbows back and lift our chest up as if you are bringing the shoulder blade closer and look up. You can bend your elbows. You can stay here. Or you might lift your hips by planting our feet, reverse table, bend your knees and lift your hips up. Or you might do stretch your leg, the plank, reverse plank pose. And opening the front of the body. And then exhale, let's release, relax. And hold over, bend your knees and bend forward. You can catch your feet or you can use the belt. Then we bend forward, relax. And opening the back of the body. All right, one more breath. And release the lower back if you can. You might bend your knees. Belly towards your thigh to release the lower back. Okay. Then slowly rising up. So 1 core work. Bend your knees, catch your legs, then pick up your feet and belly towards your thigh. So we can be here, catching the leg, then bending your knees and feet up. Or you can release your hands to balance. Or you might lift your feet higher and zip our legs together and let go your hands. Or you can catch your leg and we hold here. Relax our face with smile and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. Excellent. And let's slowly coming onto the mat. Then make sure your belt is handy close to you. Then bend forward and hug your right knee to the chest. And move your knee to the chest. Then gradually moving your right knee to the left side and retwist. And spread your right hand to the side. Release the lower back. Then opening. And then back to center. And other one. Stretch your right leg, hug your left knee to the chest. Knee towards the chest and find the length of the left lower back. Then gradually move your left knee to the right side and twist. So we are releasing the lower back and you can spread your left arm out. Okay, then back to center. So we release the lower back. So let's do the hammock pose, your right foot and your head. And we lie down. We lean to the belt and find the length to the neck, back of the neck. And stretch your left leg down to the mat to find the gravity and find the openness to the left hip joint. And relax. Shoulder, relax, and your arms away from your ear. Nice stretch to the back of the right leg and the spine, neck. One more breath. Then slowly let go your head and relax our head on the mat and shoulder down. Then catch the belt with your right hand and right leg goes open to the side, right side. So find the openness to the inner leg. So if your left leg is floating upward, you want to really ground. Okay, then we're gonna bring your right leg up and change your hand. The left hand is holding the belt now. Either bending your right knee or stretch your right leg, moving to the left side and twist. And if you like to move your the right hand, in a big circle, both sides, clockwise, anti-clockwise, you can bend your elbows to protect your shoulder if you like. And also other option can be bend your left knee Then catch the left toe with your right hand. So that's stretching the front of your thigh. So the presence and the Aparigraha, that today our theme of non-attachment or non-grasping or possessing. It's not only your mental part, but it's affecting to the loved ones around you too. So your expectation to, well, especially mothers, expecting to the children and giving a lot of stress and tension to those. So we want to be mindful, we want to recognize the tendency that we live in a competitive, competition always happens. But how we can be more happy to live. And this is just a small skill, or it can be effective. Okay, then back to center. Then let's do the other side. So your left foot, then your head. Then shoulder drop. Then just lean to the belt. Soften your face and jaw. That helps to open up to the shoulder and neck. So when you are tightening the jaw, there's a muscle of the neck. The shoulder is actually tightening. So we need to release and letting go that tension. Okay, then slowly we're gonna let go the head down to the mat. Make sure to relax and lengthen the spine so your head is a good place to rest. You can roll your head side to side as well. And move your left leg to the side. Then opening the inner leg. So not only the left inner leg, but also to the right side. Okay. Then let's do that twist. Left leg goes to the right side. Either bending your knees or stretch your leg. Bring it over and find the openness to the IT band, outer hip. And also you can, if the leg doesn't come all the way, you can rest your foot on the block. That can be the nice relaxation too. And if you like, you can move your left arm a big circle. Sometimes you're surprised at how much tension we hold. So recognize is the first step. Every day we feel actually differently. It changes every day. So we recognize that the change, and accordingly we want to take care of ourselves. And if you like to bend your right knee and catch your right toe with your left hand, do so and twist. And what we are doing for Bending your right knee is hip flexor and quad to stretch. Then let's slowly release. All right, so if you can get the block, or you might not need a block, lift our hips up and slide the block under and lift our legs up. So this is a bharatanatyam supported shoulder stand, but if you want to go just a shoulder stand, lift our hips and hands supporting at your lower back and leg goes up. And if you like to do the halasana, toes over the head, you are welcome to do so. But your option can be only lifting our legs. Relax our leg. And also notice, so when we lift our legs, pay attention so much to the legs, but notice what happening to our upper body on the ground. So make sure that the upper body that resting on the ground is also comfortable. Means having a nice length of the spine. It's not the shoulder is awkward, and maybe balance right side and left side. All right, then bending your knees. If you are lifting our hips, bring your hips to the block, then stretch your one leg, stretching the hip flexor. And if you like, both legs go straight, but I like to do the one by one. Just noticing to stretch the hip joint. When you are sitting, right? Sitting when you have a most likely shortening this hip flexor. So when you stand and stretch, this hip flexor opens. All right. Then slowly plant your both feet. Lift your hips to let go the block, slide the block away. And hug your knee to the chest, squeeze into the tight ball. Maybe lift your head off the ground and chin towards your knees. Then inhale. Spread your hands and legs wide to the ground. Drop down. Exhale, let it go. Sink down. One more time. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bring your knee to the chest. Hug in a tight ball, chin towards your knee maybe. And then let's release. Inhale. Spread your hands wide to the ground. Exhale, let go. Shavasana, last pose for this practice. Lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and be there. Just be here and right now. If you find any tension, let it go. This is a great moment to be here. So your own body, mind, and heart is experiencing the being present to the moment. So one quote I want to share is Joseph Campbell said, "The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are." The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. Experiencing our own body and recognizing the own body. Just to be aware, learning who you are. Gently bring our awareness to the fingers and toes, inviting a small movement and noticing our body is here at the present moment, our mind as well, and appreciating this body, mind, and heart. Noticing the breath coming in through the nose, and appreciate that we are able to breathe and we are still alive. Bring our hands, reach over the head. Let's stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, exhale. Bring your knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to yourself. Thanks to our body, mind, and heart. Then roll onto one side and gradually back. Come up to a comfortable seated position. And feel the ground underneath. And feel the space around us. And also space we created inside of us. Let's together inhale, hands reach out and up. Exhale, palms together to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to be able to practice yoga together and this time. And let us hold this gratitude with us and continue our life. Thank you very much for letting me guide us through your practice, sharing your time, space together. Namaste. Thank you.